on a very odd set of just very expensive, powerful creatures. Angel of Serenity, Blood Baron, Tessa Envoy goes, Sylvan Primordial, Archangel Thune, Progenitor Mimic, and then Voyaging Saber, Sylvan Caryatid, and Mana Weft Silver to, again, accelerate and fix mana.
Now, if he can cast these spells, chances are he's going to win, but he's going to be under the gun immediately here from Black, who does have a Cloudland Raptor on turn 1. No play on turn 2 to evolve it. We'll see if he has a play on turn 3 as he plays an island. And this is going to be a Nightveil Spectre. Trigger will evolve that, and in for 1 comes Sam.
Nightveil Spectre has the potential to be very funny against James Bowman.
Yeah, Sam has no idea what he's going to turn over. And it looks like Bowman, let's see if he has a land or a spell. Okay, he is, yep. We're never going to see.
I guess we don't get to know.
As James Bowman is Sam with the most stoic look on his face I have ever seen.
And, that is a fast concession there, of course, but in fairness, there is a lot of information to be gleaned off those Nightveil Spectre triggers. James isn't playing Esper or Mono Red or whatever. Actually hiding the top card of his deck is significant there. A lot of information potentially to be gained by seeing the top card of his deck.
I've seen some fast concessions in my day. That's like your level of concession.
Yeah,
right there. When your opponent plays a spell sky when you're playing burn, I'm good. I'm good.
My fastest concession, I believe, in a Grand Prix was opponent went turn 1 mana creature. I played a turn 1 Tattermunch Maniac. They played a land and a Kitchen Finks. I drew and conceded. Yeah. That was I believe that's the fastest. So I still have James Bowman beat because I believe he drew for his 3rd turn.
Yeah, he did.
That's still pretty fast.
I'm good. I'm actually good. We're done playing here. Well, James Bowman, we're going to take a look at your sideboard. Even though, again, Sam has really no idea what he's up against here from the 5-color monsters deck. It's already been fun taking a look what's in his main deck. What's in his sideboard?
Well, he actually has some pretty good tools in the matchup, I feel like. He has a Penny Needle, 3 copies of Abrupt Decay, 4 Detention Spheres, 2 Slaughter Games, a Rourke Thar, a Sylvan Primordial in the event that he wants to go up to 4. 2 Palacronoses, and 1 copy of Angel of Serenity. So Palacronos and the additional cheap removal spells of Abrupt Decay and Detention Sphere are pretty good. He might want to cut some of his fancier, less efficient creatures. I feel like he still wants to keep some of his top end in place because that's what his deck is building up towards. But getting to play some regular Magic cards will be very helpful for him in this matchup.
On Sam's side, some pretty boring regular stock stuff for him. He's got 3 gain saves, 3 dissolves, and 2 negates, along with a dispel. So he loves the counter magic in the sideboard of this deck, especially when he's playing against your mid-range and your control decks to go along in 2 Jace Architected Thoughts, a Bide Nefasa, a Cyclonic Rift, and 2 copies of Rapid Hybridization. If you're wondering if Sam still has those 2 Syncopates in the main deck from last weekend when he went 8-0 in the Invitational, he does. So this list is very reminiscent of what he played in the Invitational. You got your 4 of creatures, and you got a couple of spells, 2 Syncopates, 2 Bidens, a Jace, a Cyclonic, and a Rapid.
Not too surprising that Sam would basically run it back what he played in Charlotte in the Invitational. He was our only 8-0 finisher in Standard.
Yep. And if things had gone well from the Legacy portion, we probably would have seen him in the elimination rounds. Unfortunately, things didn't break his way. But, if you read his article this week, he really talked about how, he didn't really play a deck that he loved in the Invitational portion. He played Esper Deathblade. He felt the deck was pretty good, things of that nature, which obviously Esper Deathblade is. Derek Sheets went 11-0 with it. But he played Combo Elves in the Legacy Open the next day, and he said he really liked that deck.
Yeah, that deck is really powerful, and it has some very loud and very good advocates, Sam and Ross Merriam among them.
Yeah, Sam's thing with Legacy is that he really likes Cabal Therapy. And that's kind of cool, because I like Cabal Therapy a lot, too. If you're an old school player like myself and Sam have been playing for a while, if you grew to like Cabal Therapy, you kind of want to replicate that. I know that Cabal Therapy back in the day, there are a lot of stories of sniping people's cards without any extra information from a probe or anything like that. And Sam just really feels that that's one of the best discard spells he can be playing in the format, and just one of the spells in general that he wants to be playing. And he's just trying to find the best home for that. We've seen him do it with Zombies decks, but Combo Elves plays 3 or 4 in the sideboard, and he really likes it there.
Yeah, Elves is a very good home for it. I have theory crafted numerous Quiet Speculation for Lingering Souls and 2 copies of Cabal Therapy decks myself. Gataxian Pro, Meddling Mage, look it up. If I ever play in a Legacy event this year, if I end up competing in Grand Prix New Jersey, let's say, it might be time for me to dust that off and finally give it a run in a tournament.
I'm still waiting for the Young Pyromancer Quiet Speculation Cabal Therapy package.
Yeah,
you play a Young Pyro, you cast Quiet's back, you make a token, you get 3 therapies, you sacrifice the Elemental, but you get 1 for the therapy.
You can also Quiet Speculation for a Lava Dart. That's free. That's a free creature.
Oh my God.
Well, we got to wait till we off air. We can't.
Yeah,
we can't reveal too much. But yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, if you like Legacy, too bad because we just broke it.
Yeah, you get a lava dart.
The 4.
That's free.
That's just one thing that you get.
Yeah, that's just free.
Let's make a quiet speculation intuition deck. You in?
No, just quiet. Intuition's like a slower, more cumbersome quiet speculation.
All right, you're right. Well, then let's make sure that we have ways to flashback quiet speculation. Some Snapcaster Mages.
Okay.
Go super deep with it. Get some deep analysis.
Snapcaster Mage is pretty bad, and the all spells already have flashback deck,
Easy,
so I'm not
easy.
sure.
You're really ruining my vibe right now, okay? Okay. I really like what we're doing here, and you're ruining it.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll talk about it off air.
Perfect. I can't wait.
Okay.
Along with when we're going to draw a swan with a beard. We can't forget to do that either.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do.
The Temple Guard will start things off here. Sam, with no turn 1 play. Again, he does not have a clue of what he's up against, as Bowman did concede turn 2. And Black, see if he has a turn 2 play. He does not. So we're going to play a longer game.
Yeah.
As Bowman is going to play a Temple Guard, and this is a copy of Sylvan Caryatid. And Black brought in some negates from his sideboard. Does have a Syncopate that he's going to take care of the Caryatid with. Again, Sam kind of probably hedged with his sideboarding a little bit because he's not really sure what he's up against. Let's see if this is a Thassa or a Nightveil Spectre. It's a Spectre. So now, James, you're going to have to show some of the goods, I think.
Yeah, since Nightveil Spectre prompted an immediate concession from James last game, I like leading off with it there.
That's smart.
See if you can run it back.
Stomping Ground comes into play tapped. And now Detention Sphere is going to take care of that. So you see some of Sam's lands there. He's got access to a lot of different colors of mana. Black going to play another copy of Nightveil Spectre before passing the turn back. Bowman will take a draw. Looks like he has a Chain to the Rocks in his hand. He's going to play a Mana Weft Sliver. And he's just going to pass the turn back. Black will take a draw.
So if Sam didn't know what he was up against before, I think he's got a reasonable idea now. It's just a mana ramp stuff deck.
Sure. I think Mana Weft Sliver actually gives it away that this is just multiple different colors. There's a Hollow Fountain. That'll help give it away as well. Yeah. Black with a negate and a dissolve in his hand. I really like that the way that Sam is deciding to hedge in this matchup, because Bowman did concede so early, is just bringing counter spells because, hey, those take care of everything.
Yeah.
Hollow Fountain going to come into play untapped. Black is going to cast a Thassa. That's a powerful magic card before passing the turn back. Bowman going to tap a bunch of mana. Here's an Elspeth, but Black has a negate for that, so I don't think so.
And that was really brutal because now Sam is untapping with Dissolve. If Jace was able to land one of his large creatures there, particularly Angel Serenity, he might have had some game here.
I agree.
But now it's going to be really hard for him to beat Sam as his board's going to get more and more advanced.
Black going to attack here for 2, as he did scry the top card to the bottom. It was a land, and he drew a land for the turn. And that is a Teysa, Sign of Ghosts.
All right, well, all we need is some black mana.
Yep. So Sam probably a little caught off guard by that, but hey, it's here.
Sam's got some big draws off that Nightveil next turn.
That's
Tell you
true.
what.
That's true. It could get really ugly out here. Here's 4 mana. And there is Peregrination. Now you might be wondering, what exactly does that card do? So I'll bring it up for you because it's like a Cultivate, sort of.
Yeah, Cultivate and you get to scry.
And if you haven't played much Born of the Gods Limited, like I haven't, you might be kind of caught off guard by this card. But basically a Cultivate that you get to scry costs 1 more, though, as if it was just a 3 mana Cultivate we get to scry, it would be busted.
Busted. And he gets a Swamp, which turns on some other cards potentially. The Sliver already does that work, but
Yeah.
we know that James has, I would presume, have boarded in Abrupt Decay in this matchup. Yeah.
So Black is going to untap here. Thassa is going to scry.
And Sam's probably happy keeping anything that just gets Thassa turned on this
I think
turn.
that's the goal, right? You just any way to turn it on. Frostborn Warrior will do just fine. And in a moment here, we'll see if Sam wants to maybe make it unblockable, the Thassa. And it looks like he does, because I think the thought process here is, all right, let's make this unblockable, and then I can leave up Dissolve, but Abrupt Decay blows that up really badly.
Yeah.
So
A good turn for James.
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Sam doesn't actually know what's coming from this deck, because James also has a copy of Sphinx's Revelation in his hand. He's tapping 7 mana right now. Here's his Angel's Serenity, so that's going to get dissolved, but the Rev might actually be the card that he actually cares about.
Well, I think he's happy either way. If he get one of his big things into play, it becomes really easy.
Judge's Familiar, the top card. That one's not so good. That's going to go to the bottom. See, I'm going to draw now. Nothing too threatening going on Black's side.
And if his hand is Judge's Familiar, I do not believe that he can get Thassa back online this turn.
It looks like a Judge's Familiar and then Rift.
Yep. So this is a hand susceptible to Sphinx's Revelation.
Yeah, the boring thing he could do this turn is rift the he could rift the detention sphere and then attack. But that's not really all that exciting. So all he's going to do is attack with Frostburn Weird and pump it 3 times, attack for 4, play a Judge's Familiar post-combat and pass it back and represent a counter spell. Because Bowman's going to draw a card. Looks like he's just going to try to resolve Rev now. He's actually just going to cast another copy of Angel Serenity.
Jeez.
If he can ever get the mana, things are so good for him. He's going to get another copy of Angel underneath that. But if he can't, it's tough.
Well, Sam is doing a great job setting this game up for Cyclonic Rift.
Yeah.
I mean, the board's getting built up.
Yep. Gonna draw that card. Let's see what this is. This is a Jace. That's gonna tick down. So here's 1 and Dissolve, 2, Tidebinder Mage 3, and Island. Dissolve's gonna go on the Lonesome. You see, Bowman was very quick with that split. That's gotta give Sam something to think about.
Well, Dissolve is very powerful here. It's powerful and pretty obvious that it's powerful here.
Sam deciding, you know what? I want to turn on Devotion for my Master of Waves. And I haven't played a land yet this turn, so I can do that. I can tap that down. I can make this unblockable. I can get you for 5 and put you down to 7. Again, we know he has Rift in the grip. And I think the thought process here is that, hey, I can actually bounce everything and maybe attack for the win next turn.
Yeah.
Because one of the cards that he'll be bouncing is that D-Sphere turn on his Thassa if he does overload Cyclonic Rift. So this gets mighty interesting. How aggressive does that Angel want to be?
Well, it can't really block very effectively in the face of this Thassa, so
Probably just have to take down Jace.
it makes the most sense.
Maybe go upstairs. Is it worth it to deal 5? Hard to say. He's actually going to leave it back on defense. So Black is going to draw a card. He's looking at a Tidebinder Mage. Might be worth keeping simply because it can make sure that Thassa's Devotion is on. See, Sam's going to take a look at the things that are down there. Frostburn Weird and a Judge's Familiar on his side. Angel Serenity on Bowman's side.
I think it might be time for Sam to get matching islands.
No. No. I disagree. Because what the non-matching islands are doing right now are tilting you.
That's
and I
true.
think that's the goal
Yeah.
of having different colors.
Have
and
some
different
respect for
pictures.
the game.
Nope. I don't think so. Arabian Nights, man.
Just have a match. I'm not saying he's got to go out and get particularly expensive ones. Just, you know.
I like it just like this. Patrick is furious.
I am enraged at this man right now.
Guy top 8's a Pro Tour. He can't get matching
Yeah,
islands.
you can't even bother to get matching islands.
He says unblockable, attack for potentially the W. That's going to do it. So maybe no Rev over there. Or there's also a chance that there was,
he could no cast it.
yeah, but there's also the potential that he could not actually cast the Revelation. As yeah, he does have Rev in his hand. He does have the necessary mana. He doesn't have double blue. So that is the issue there. And Sam Black is going to win this match over James Bowman, 2-0. You mentioned a little while ago that Mono Blue Devotion is kind of the deck that kind of takes out the trash. I'm not saying